Okay, I'm live again. All right, if you were on this a couple seconds ago, I apologize for the audio feedback, noise, background. Oh, that was awful. I'm still having technical issues trying to get live on a Google Chat, a Google Hangout. But the reason I want to do a Google Hangout is because I've got some um, Chillie chats coming up live where I will have a guest. So I've got to be able to switch back and forth from my guest to my iPad, which is what I'm broadcasting on from now. Those of you that have been following my exploits know that the camera in my computer is destroyed, and so I'm trying to make do with the equipment I have, and I'm struggling terribly. But anyway, what I'm trying to do is get a Google Hangout on live so that I can have my guests and it will appear properly. And so I'm not sure what I've done wrong, but you know, I'm getting there. At least I had, even with the audio feedback and stuff, it was a mess. But anyway, we're here, so we'll go with it for now. It's Saturday morning. Welcome to the Saturday episode of Chillie Chats. This is June the 15th, 2019. I'm coming to you from Forest, Virginia. Nice day today. It's going to be decent weather up in the mid to upper 70s. But I'll tell you what, it was nippily this morning when I left to go take care of some dogs at about 5:45 this morning. It was 51 degrees. That's too cold for June. And that's just pushed back the date of when I'll be able to get in the swimming pool out here. I always say I don't get in the pool until July 4th when it warms up. And now with a couple of nights in the 50s, that water's going to be way too cold for me. So anyway, I got a nice swimming pool outside. Still got ice cubes in it. Today on Chillie Chats, thankfully there's not any major news to report today. And if you know, I had talked about the topic for today is free drink packages on the cruise, whether they're good, bad, or indifferent. And the reason that I brought this up is there was I saw a nice little advertisement this week from MSC Seaside that has currently is promoting a complimentary drink package and Wi-Fi included. And then the next day, Princess came out with a free drink package on select cruises to Alaska and the Caribbean. I don't remember if that one had a date on it or not. Let's see, Princess Cruises has brought back its popular sip and sail promotion, and I don't see it in any dates. So basically, they're doing free drink promotions. Now, let's get to the bad part of this, and then I'll tell you what to look for that's good. The bad part of the free drink package is nothing is free, folks. Nothing is totally free. I'm sorry to say that. The thing you need to know about drink packages, whether you purchase them so that there are drinks included or you get a promotion, you still have the gratuities that are added. And depending on the cruise line now, that can be anywhere from 15 to 18%. That gets added no matter what. And that's figured on the value of the package. And like, I believe the Princess package, let's see, I think if the price is on here, for their premium beverage package, is $59.99 per guest per day. So that's $60 per guest per day. Now, keep in mind if there are two people in the cabin, like if it's you and your wife, for instance, um, both of you have to take the package. So that's $120 a day that they figure the gratuity on. So if it's even if it's a free package at $120 a day, and let's say it's 15% gratuity, that's $18. Let's see, is that right? 15, 60, $120. So 120 is 10%, 15, 18, yeah, $18 per day in gratuities. That's going to get clipped at the end of your cruise. So you still got to pay the gratuities on it, but it's based on two people. The if you purchase a beverage package, like the Princess Beverage package is $60, $59.99 per person for a 7-day cruise, let's say. That's times two, because you both people in the cabin have to do it. Plus, you got to add your gratuities on. So you could buy a beverage package and you still got a hell of a bill at the end of the cruise. So you have to figure out if it's worth it still to go that route, or if you're better off just paying as you go. Now, admittedly, when I'm on a cruise, I tend to be a captain, especially if I've got a group. You know, I buy drinks for everybody. Yeah, that's just me. And so I budget a pretty steep bar bill before I even go on a cruise most of the time. But if you're thinking you're going to get by with something free, you just need to read all the fine print and be totally assured of what you're getting before you buy the beverage package, whether you do it beforehand, which is generally the best way to go, or you do it once you're on the ship. Same thing with a soda package or a Coke package or whatever it's called, different things, different places. I'm addicted to Diet Coke, so usually I'll buy a soda package so I can drink all the Diet Coke I want. And then I'll pay for my drinks as I go, or at the end of the cruise, have the bar bill. That's worked for me in the past. So, why am I bringing this up? Well, one thing is just to point out that there's not a free thing, but the other thing is there are going to be some terrific bargains, I think, in the cruise industry in the next few months, maybe the next year or so, because of the Cuba situation. Yeah, the people that were booked on cruises to Cuba, they're getting some deals and some benefits from losing the promised Cuba itinerary. But keep in mind that there's somewhat, I don't know, don't even know the number of ships, 12, 14 ships that were older ships and smaller ships. So let's say an average of 1,500 to 2,000 passengers, which is the way cruise ships used to be before the mega ships became so popular. And the older ships, that was the ships that were going into Cuba. So like Norwegian, you had a couple ships that went in there. You had a couple Holland American ships. You had a Royal Caribbean. You had a couple Carnivals of the major cruise lines. And they were smaller, older ships. Well, when those itineraries were changed, the cruise lines have to send those ships someplace. And most of the cruise lines now are scheduled through April of 2021. So if let's say the Norwegian Sun was going into Cuba 6 times a month, this would say if it was 4 and 5 day cruises, let's say it was going into Havana 6 times during the month. Well, now Norwegian has got to schedule that ship into other ports. And they've got to be able to schedule that without the port being overloaded. So that's where they're dancing now on Cozumel and Costa Maya and Roatan and Western Caribbean ports, Jamaican ports, even some Bahamas ports, some Eastern Caribbean ports, that they can take what was a Cuba cruise and send those passengers someplace else. Now, my feelings is that's going to put a lot of open beds in cruise ships that they weren't counting on, that they were counting on having sold. That's why they did it that way to begin with the Cuba situation. So now that they can't go to Cuba from the United States, those beds are going to be available, and I think you're going to start seeing some terrific bargains and promotions from all of the cruise lines, just like MSC. And the MSC Harmonia is one of them that was on the schedule and going to Cuba. Is offering free drinks and free Wi-Fi. So you really need to start shopping carefully on cruises if you're a bargain hunter. Now, if you don't care and you got all the money in the world and you're just going to spend it to go on a cruise, God bless you. I'm glad you can do that. I can't. I shop carefully. I have to shop carefully. So I think over the next weeks and months, you're going to see some terrific bargains, both price of cruise and the benefits that they throw in, which can be anything from a drink package, free Wi-Fi, specialty restaurant deals, excursion deals. I mean, who knows? It could be anything. One cruise line was doing third and fourth parties in the cabin are free. It could be any number of things. So it's incumbent on you, the passenger, you, the cruiser, to seek out those deals. The cruise lines are probably not going to volunteer it. They're going to try to get you at the top dollar they can. So you're going to have to watch and maybe wait to book a cruise until you get the best deal you can, which might mean that your dates sometimes might have to change a little bit, or to go on a specific itinerary. I've advised people for years now, if you want to get the last minute bargain deals that you can get them, you just got to be willing to move quickly when you get the right price. You got to be able to get your transportation to wherever the cruise is sailing from, and you got to jump in a hurry, because when it's available, it's not going to be available for long. So those kind of things are coming, and you need to be aware of them. Again, you're going to see a lot of drink packages, because that's a hot item in the cruise lines right now. But remember, even if it's a free drink package, you still got to pay the gratuities, and it's based on the amount of the retail price of the package times 2, times whatever percentage the cruise line is getting for gratuities on the drinks now, and it can vary. So, is that still going to be a deal? Yeah. If you get a cruise and you've got the right price and you're getting free drinks, all you have to pay for it is the gratuity. That's still going to be cheaper than if you are paying for all your drinks and the gratuities, obviously. So just be aware of, especially the 2 people in a cabin, both are going to get charged for it, and both have to pay the gratuities at the end of the cruise. So that was the topic for today. I hope that's a little bit more of an understanding of how this is working and what I think is going to be happening in the near future. There was one other thing on my list for today. Let's see if I can get over here and find it. By the way, and I might not have made this clear before. If anybody knows what I'm doing wrong, I'm getting this live broadcast going on Google Hangouts. I'm doing it on a tablet, on an iPad, because the camera in my laptop sucks. It doesn't work. So that this morning I tried to set up the iPad as a person in the Hangout that's on my computer, so that I had the Hangout was set up on the computer ahead of time, and this I would become the guest in my own Hangout. If that makes any sense, it probably doesn't. But I got all this audio feedback and screeching, and yeah, that wasn't cool. So, and a delay. So anyway, all right. So if anybody knows how to do this, leave me a note in the chat, or if you go to my website, if you see one of the links and go to my website, there's all my phone numbers and emails and all that business are there. But please, if anybody can help me out so I can get live on a Google Hangout so that I can have guests live, boy, I'd really appreciate it. The other thing, as far as news for today, I think it was yesterday now. I've got lost track this week. Carnival Cruise Line announced the senior officers for the newest and most innovative ship, the Mardi Gras, which is currently under construction at Meyer Turku shipyard in Finland. It's going to debut in the summer of 2020. And the only reason that I make mention of this is because I've sailed with both of these guys before, and I thought I'd make mention of it. The captain is going to be Giuseppe Giusa. He's a 31-year veteran of the maritime industry. He joined Carnival in 1993 after he's serving a stint in the Italian Navy. Worked his way through the ranks at Carnival, and he was made captain of the Carnival Ecstasy in 2004. Now that's when I sailed with him, was on the Ecstasy. And at the time, he was the youngest officer ever appointed to that position. Most recently, he served as captain of the Carnival Breeze. So if you've been on the Ecstasy, or most recently the Carnival Breeze, you've been with Captain Giuseppe before. He's going to be the big dog on the Mardi Gras when Mardi Gras comes out later this year. The chief engineer is Fernando Ruocco, Ruocco, however you pronounce that. My Italian stinks, folks. He went to some nautical school in Italy. He joined Carnival in '97, following a career in the tanker industry, and he was on Carnival Triumph for some time. Of course, Carnival Triumph is now Carnival Sunrise. Went through the refurbishment and renaming ceremonies just recently, and is now sailing as the Carnival Sunrise. And he was most recently on the Carnival Valor. I was with him on the Carnival Triumph on a cruise out of New Orleans back some time ago. But anyway, they're going to be two of the main officers, the captain and the chief engineer, on the Mardi Gras when it comes out in 2020. So a lot of you guys I know have been on cruises with them before. Whether you knew them or didn't know them, it doesn't really matter. You'd really never get to know those guys very well, but just cool that that was announced. So if you're new to this channel, welcome. I'm in Forest, Virginia. We can discuss anything in the way of cruises and travel in general. So whether you're interested in the latest in cruise ship, ports of call, cruises themselves, the Chillie chats we do on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 10 o'clock. is a combination of our cruise industry news that we used to do every Tuesday and the Chillie chats. And so we just kind of marry the two together for the live broadcast on Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. And anybody out there has any technical knowledge and can help me get this mess straightened out so I'm doing this right and can promote it and so forth, I'd appreciate that. Let's see, as of this morning, we had 1,273 subscribers. I appreciate each and every one of you. So if you are new to the channel, you can always hit the little subscribe button. The bell notification system will tell you when we post something new or we go live. I think with my screwed up mess of technical stuff, whether it got notified that I was live this morning or not, who knows? I might have told people they were live and got all that feedback and background noise and they tell me to go to hell, but that's possible too. So anyway, we're here Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Oh, by the way, everybody, it's Father's Day weekend, of course. So happy Father's Day out there to each and every one of you guys that are dads. And my father is no longer with us. Of course, I'm pretty old, but he was a great guy, and I think of him fondly in his stories, and especially tomorrow, which is Father's Day. Congratulations to my son, who is a fabulous dad himself. Of course, my grandkids. But anyway, just a happy Father's Day to all of you guys out there that are fathers. Have a great time. Have a great weekend. If you're a golf fan, enjoy the U.S. Open. That's always, one of my favorite things to do on Sunday is sit and watch the final round of the U.S. Open. So, anyway, this is Chillie, the Fat Travel Guide. Hope you guys have a great day. We'll see you on Tuesday at 10 o'clock. Later, y'all. Did I do that right?